Mountain Man.
That's right.
Whoa!
This is why they don't have us here more often. All right, coming into the next map, Ashland University versus Team BonkyBois. Going up here on Kings Row. Can we get back to that lovely statue shot?
Yeah.
It's such a pretty map.
Oh, some ambiance.
Little lore knowledge, this is where Widowmaker took a shot at the Omnic,
Not just a shot.
well, I mean, shot him.
Didn't he? Killed him.
Did.
Yeah. Murder.
We got a Junkrat from T. Kieran playing Zenyatta. Green with Reinhardt. Quit Badger with Zarya. This is an interesting comp. Getting the 2-2-2 on both sides. We're rocking that 2-2-2. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We've got 3 healers. 3 healers, 2 tanks, and BonkyBois doing that. They're really trusting BonkyBois. There's a reason he's in the top 500. I want to see if it comes through in this match. But they're really trusting the BonkyBois to be able to put that damage on his Widowmaker. But we're about to find out as the doors are about to open here on the first match here at Kings Row.
Oh, here we go.
BonkyBois doing the
Spider-Man.
jumping thing. I will say, Ashland University using that wall barrier to help try and alleviate some of that damage line and keeping it out. But the double shield build coming out of BonkyBois is dangerous, especially when you're talking about the amount of damage that they're able to put out.
Really focusing down that Ryan.
Yeah, Bonker taken out early on as, Green making that push in. But again, the Zarya bubble keeping him upright just for now. But his shield is also dropping really low. However, they're able to get that full push back.
Ashland's Anna was just taking out BonkyBois every time, sleeping him every time.
Modern Tension dropping back, but unfortunately not being able to escape. The Zarya Beam of Doom. Joski's with ult coming into this.
Very confident Junker.
Ashland University, with that Dragon Strike, he's able to pull back and possibly clear that point. So I wonder how long he's going to hold that for. There's a little poke damage, some trading some hits between Bonker and Green as they start pushing onto that point. And there goes the Dragon Strike I just talked about. And it feels like it was a little misplaced as he didn't seem to land any real hits. He did take out Phoenix on the BonkyBois side.
Yeah, it wasn't great zoning. It really just split them in between the cafe there and the point.
No, but
I'm not sure it did much.
But that Riptire taking out the Orisa, isolating Bonker on that point was able to allow them. I will say, though, BonkyBois did get that first tick. So
they get their third of the way there.
Yep, so they're making some progress. But I'm actually really impressed with how well Ashland's doing. They're doing a good job of keeping the hold, and they're not dying off as steadily as I think BonkyBois were hoping. I think they were really hoping that date. I will say we've switched out. Kevin Pop switching out to the Roadhog now, losing to Zarya.
I'm happy to see the Piggy, but he's getting absolutely shredded.
Yeah. And in all honesty, I mean, he's a big target, and that heals is just not doing enough. Although I will say, Modern Tenshi keeping that on with a Valkyrie on, trying to keep her teammates alive.
But it's not going to be enough.
As Phoenix is jumping on point, trying to keep it off, but Quit Badgerin is just able to take him down.
Yeah, big team wipe there just before the minute-and-a-half mark.
Yeah, like I said, we've got a few more pushes left. But again, when it comes to the ult economy, BonkyBois just don't have it. They seem to be burning through their ults pretty quickly. But Ashland University now coming in with 4 ults into this. I don't know that BonkyBois with sound barrier alone are going to be enough to do it. Although there was a great charge on behalf of Bonker taking out T.
But was it really worth it?
They're still on point. You've got Finn, who's big hammer dropping both the Lucio and Bonker as Modern comes in to try and get that res, is unable to and has to run out of the way. However, Green is following up on Modern, taking it out. The res gets dropped down.
Zeldy's holding the point.
Bonker and Zeldy holding the point. There's only Green left trying to hold it, but there it is. T coming in with that Riptire.
Great zone out, getting them off the point.
Kevin Pop really able to control that, but there it is. Zen, Kieran dropping in with that Transcendence, trying to keep it alive. T bouncing around, trying to do some damage, just trying to clear them off the point. But it looks like BonkyBois might have it at this point as they're just fending off these very squishy healers and a Tracer from Joski. Joski getting hooked, but able to back out of it as Kevin Pop's goes hog wild, only to receive a lovely little bomb from T. It's a sweet little gift. But
10 seconds left.
10 seconds left, but BonkyBois were pushed back. This is it. BonkyBois are going to make it. They got to do it now. They have no time left. There it is. There's the 0.
And that's it. Wow. Impressive save by Ashland there. I thought that they were going to get that last tip.
There was a real risk of it, and honestly, a lot of that has to go to T. T with that really well-timed riptire. Again, you got to remember, it's not about actually killing players. It's about scaring them off the point, and that's what he managed to do.
Zone them out.
T was able to control that point just by firing off the riptire. They heard that engine rev, they heard that little Australian scream, and they backed off because they couldn't risk losing too many of their tanks on that point.
And then the follow-up was Zenyatta. That was also good.
The Transcendence, you know,
just buying time.
That's all you needed. And honestly, that's all they needed, and that's what they got. They got that time by, and Ashland was able to hold that point. It was a really good play from Ashland, and I'll be interested to see. Now, that being said, BonkyBois got 2 ticks, so it is possible for them to still hold this point and take this very first map. As we prepare to attack, BonkyBois switching up this comp a little bit. BonkyBois with Hanzo. Bunker staying with the Rhine. Orisa on Ashland. Now this is, again, someone brought this up. This is interesting. We don't have a Rhine on Ashland's offensive team. We're running an Orisa and a Diva. So I'll be interested. Also, T switching out to Symmetra.
Pops is still rocking the piggy.
I gotta wonder, are they gonna try and do the backside teleport? Are they gonna try and go to that top side, teleport in, and then drop down? They've got the build for it. Orisa becomes immovable at some points, and you set up that shield, and she really becomes difficult to take down. If you could set up that teleport, but no, it looks like they're just going straight in through the point, trying to wrap around to that left side.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're really trying to do here.
All right, just coming around. I mean, look, I'm not denying it. Oh, there's the teleport to the top point. We were right. They were setting up for their offensive treehouse. There it goes with the Orisa shield up. Quit Badger and diving onto that Hanzo, but unable to as he's out of tank. BonkyBois is able to hold that point, but that teleporter is still set up, and Karen is still up there taking out those shots. There goes Green's shield as he drops down onto point.
Good advantage.
Bonkers is making that move, but Quit Badger and back in Diva Mech. There goes, I mean, there's Kevin's Pops. He's the last one surviving. He's discorded. There it goes. There's the drop. We got 4 men on that point. Their Team Bonkers is rushing towards the cruisers again, but they've only got the 2 healers and Bonker in the back. BonkyBois coming in, but Diva going good pressure on that choke point. Quit Badger and keeping alive, but there goes Baby Diva down.
And that's the
capture. That was a strong push.
Very
the second
strong.
they made that teleporter move and set up that capture point, they did not waver. Green was able to keep that shield up, keep everybody alive, and actually, of course, we got Green as play of the game with that Reinhardt on that offensive, just smashing into Pop.
Swinging on through.
Taking out the Mercy first and just damaging, out damaging, and honestly, Reinhardt is hard to take down when he's swinging that hard, but he managed to survive that Mercy with 7,000 damage blocked. It seems like a relatively small number until you realize that was 1 point. They captured 1 point on that. That was not a long run game, so he actually put in a ton of work.
I am impressed.
I am too. It's a very steady match. I'm excited to see what they can both do. BonkyBois, I think they were a little caught off guard by that.
I think so. I wonder if they're going to change it up a bit, have a different strategy. I mean, they have a different map now. I wonder what they're going to do.
But again, it's a capture point map. And
it is.
And that first point on King's Row was, a capture point. So I almost wonder, are BonkyBois going to have the same issue? Are they not going to be able to capitalize enough on the positioning that Ashland can do? Because, again, this is another great map for Symmetra. You go around that left side, drop behind the back, and you get a solid flank. Now, I guarantee BonkyBois are ready for that, but it's still really hard to overcome, especially if you're fighting a fight on 2 sides.
Well, and we saw a really interesting strategy that I really don't think they were expecting. Setting up that treehouse, teleporting into that. We weren't fully I mean, we kind of expected it.
Yeah, a little bit.
But
I mean, we knew it a little bit.
We knew a little bit.
Actually, you know what? No, I will fully admit this. I didn't call going to the treehouse. I thought they'd go backside and then set up there, but no, they had it set up,
Yeah.
and I'm not
It was
gonna lie,
very daring, and it
very
worked. I was worried when Orisa set up her shield. There was a big gap that she set it up at kind of a weird angle. I was worried that they were going to be able to shoot up underneath of it, but she was able to reset it before they could capitalize on it.
Well, the other thing we got to talk about is Green's ability to withhold his abilities in that moment, because I can tell you this, a lot of players playing Orisa, when they start to come around that left-hand corner before they get to the statue, the second they're getting shot, they're going to immediately drop that shield down and panic. But Green didn't. Green knew the strategy and kept to it and landed with a hard shield on top the second that teleporter got set up, and it was very well met, and it did its job. And again, we got to go back. They kept that point alive by that treehouse, and I got to admit, it was impressive. Super doing some great work, dropping heals down from a distance. Again, Ana has that Swiss Army knife ability as a support, and she was able to both drop and sleep, but also keep her team alive. And in all honesty, it was just a really well-organized push. And
Very.
It felt
well, and in the first round, BonkyBois, I think their big-name player on BonkyBois, just absolutely getting floored every time by Ana in that first half. Every time he'd set up, drop down.
Yeah, and you can't get around the fact that she is a strong counter to a lot. She can sleep a Reaper's Death Blossom. She can sleep a Reinhardt's Earth Shatter.
Neutralizing those big threats.
And really, resetting a full ult before it actually has the chance to do any damage. So I will say, it was a really precise setup. And so I'm interested to see what will happen. Are BonkyBois going to clean up a little bit? BonkyBois, similar. They had good strategy. It seemed like they had a good build, but I felt like a lot of it was relying on their talent, and they weren't able to work together as strongly. Versus Ashland, I think the name of the game for them is teamwork.
Teamwork.
They had everything down. They knew exactly what they were going to do. Even when that moment dropped, when they were about to lose that point, what did we see? T did the job for the team. He dropped the Riptire.
Yep.
Then you see Zenyatta coming in with the Transcendence, and he's able to hold that point. It was all for the point of delaying the point.
And it was so nicely timed, too. The Riptire came in, and from a decent distance away, he was totally safe from any retribution against that, and then waited just a few seconds for then Zenyatta to pop and come in. The two of them were totally safe to hold the point and hold off long enough for the Reinhardt to run up after. It was not flawless, but it was really well timed.
And you also got to wonder, though, is that a fault with BonkyBois? Did they hear that Riptire and
just get
panic
scared?
too hard?
Yeah.
Were they
Could they have weathered the storm?
I mean, here's the thing. They had a Reinhardt. That shield can take that hit. You isolate that Reinhardt, great, but they still had a Roadhog on point, and I don't know
Get that piggy in there.
I don't know if that was the choice. All right, coming up on map 2, we're here at Volskaya Industries. That's a horrible Russian accent.
Dostrovia.
Ashland, no. Team Ashland University going up against BonkyBois. Bonkers, that DPS role, I don't know. I'm excited to see. Again, this is a much different map. There's a lot, Volskaya has a lot of interesting kind of hiding places, and you can't get those great straight line shots that you can in King's Row. So I'll be interested to see what happens. I will say BonkyBois is running the Sombra. Looking to do that hack. I'm interested to see their. I don't know what they're going to do. Actually, no, I do know what they're going to do. They're going to go BonkyBois to hack, and then they're going to run in with that combo of the Junkrat's Riptire. Going against Green as a Winston. Looks like a little bit of a dive comp with a T playing a Doomfist. I'm just excited about that because I'd never seen Doomfist played.
I'm excited again to see if BonkyBois aren't relying too heavily upon their star player.
Well, we'll see. Now they're not engaging at the
on
top choke. They are engaging at that secondary point, which actually gives you better vantage point. However, that being said, it's interesting getting this dive comp coming out of Ashland University when they're running this defense on point. It's such a strong
nice
shield
knock
point.
by the Doomfist and just annihilating that Reinhardt.
I'll shut up. I thought I wasn't quite sure how this comp was going to work, but Ashland's able to put in a good amount of damage with this comp. BonkyBois, isn't able to hack as much.
No, I think that was just a total rebuffing. You notice how they didn't totally wipe. It wasn't even half their team wipe, but they pulled, back.
Yeah, BonkyBois diving real deep in to try and get, I guess, some poke?
Yeah, I think he was trying to pull some aggro away from the point, and it kind of worked.
But it felt really early in the match. In all honesty, all it did was separate, like lose down one member of the team because you were doing it against Green on Winston, and Green was right back on the point almost immediately. Modern Tenchi going in with that Diva back in tank, trying to take him out, but unable to take out Green as he's running away, and there it goes, out of back into baby tank as Modern Tenchi gets taken down. I mean, it's...
I think it was too early. I think that just acted as a feed. I think that's all it really did.
I honestly, BonkyBois, I mean, maybe he was going to generate the ult because BonkyBois now has the EMP. I gotta wonder, was that the plan all along? Just generate that ult up until the point so that they can get on point, hack, and then have the whole team move in. I don't know. Maybe that's the strategy. Bonkers to Hello also has his ult coming up here in a few seconds to drop that Earth Shatter.
But Ashland is just about straight through, having all of their ults.
And there goes the self-destruct high over Arch. Is unable... Oh, I'm sorry. I was way wrong. That's 2 full drops.
Wow.
From Quit Badrin. And again, man, just Ashland holding that point tight.
BonkyBois is behind their back line. I don't know if they really know it, though.
But again, it's, you know, Sombra's not a big damage dealer.
No.
Her damage got buffed a little bit when the armor reduction happened, but that being said...
Where is BonkyBois? Can we get a
shot on BonkyBois real quick? Because, okay.
Yeah, look how far away BonkyBois is staying from everybody
no.
else.
That's because, well, I guarantee what's going to happen. Let's watch this. I bet the second this push is going to start, he's going to pop that ult, and they're going to try and nuke this team all in one. There's a good Rhine charge, but taken down.
Line.
And you know what? I think BonkyBois was just waiting too long. I think they're just not... I think you're right. I think that was a good... Like, I could see the bones of the strategy, but it never got delivered. Modern Tension out of tank, or out of mech. Kevin Pop's coming in. But again, they're too solo. They're waiting for their whole team to catch up. 3 ults for BonkyBois, but Ashland University has the ult economy. Going on 4, almost about to get 5 with Quit Badrin. I don't know.
I think BonkyBois either should have harassed more or just retreated to get back with the team, regroup.
There's a hack from BonkyBois nailing T. T's taken out. There's the Zenyatta with the Kenshin just to counter, and then there's the Dragon Strike trying to push them off point.
Big Diva pop there. Didn't really seem to do a whole lot, though.
BonkyBois getting on point. Modern Tension taken out of mech. Quit Badrin also out of mech, but again, not able to capitalize on any of it.
No, Ashland's just keeping the advantage.
And you know what? It's constant approach.
5 seconds, and I don't think they've got it.
I don't think they can either. I mean, they're not at this point. At this point in your silver tier matches, that's when you expect to see the wrecking ball come out.
Very true.
Out of panic. But I will say this: Ashland University
very clean,
a good, clean game. I mean, there were mistakes. I'm not going to deny it, but man, they kept Bonky at bay. In all honesty, I think the biggest thing working for Ashland is BonkyBois.
Yeah.
I think BonkyBois, you know, he was doing a good job, but his team, he couldn't choreograph with his team, and I don't know if it's a communication error or it was just bad timing.
It's probably both. It's probably a little bit of both.
Because I will say this, they had that hack. They had 3 ults. There was no reason they couldn't have made that push a little bit stronger. But BonkyBois just stayed in the back line, and it felt like his team was getting taken out steadily as they tried to make it past that choke.
Yeah. Like, what was he waiting for? When the rest of his team was passing underneath that overpass, he should have just used it there.
But here's my thing, though. The hack only lasts for a few seconds. I totally understand the mentality behind it. You wait until you've got the absolute perfect point. It's very hard to read, but the second you have enough people on point, the problem is by the time he got around to it, Reinhardt was the only one on point. And there's really not too much he could do. So dropping that hack really would have been wasting ult, and I get it, waiting for holding that moment. BonkyBois now switching up to McCree, but still the same team comp. Other than that, Ashland running the exact same comp as before, except switching out Joski's for a... It's not picking me. A little gentle ribbing between teams. Joski switching out for that Ash. And and Ashland doing a bit, like I said, it's that dive comp. And, I talked about it earlier, I'm just glad to see something that's not goats. And it's not that I have an issue with goats, but I'm just glad to see it.
Team just floored.
Yeah, BonkyBois just actually doing a good job of holding it. Bunker's shield's down. There goes your Reinhardt. There goes your whole shield. Kevin's pop's getting mowed down. Ooh, that's a rough. Oh, and a final cleanup from Quit Badgerin. That's, yep. And the early GG.
Wow.
Oh, it hurts.
Ooh.
Oh, you can feel that from the studio.
Oh, that was a
BonkyBois calling
steamroll.
it, knowing what's happening, couldn't beat it. And Ashland winning map 2. Quit Badgerin. I'm interested to see which one they call as this. There it is. Oh, that was a very clean hit. And again, that Reinhardt shield is so necessary, and especially when you're going up against the D.Va. That D.Va can beat down your shield, but the damage she's putting out is not enough to drop it by herself. And in that moment, you gotta be against that D.Va. You gotta be right up in her grill because you know that bomb's coming. And it's just about managing their ult economy. And in all honesty, I want to see. I have faith that BonkyBois can pull this through. They're showing a lot of individual talent.
They are.
I just think they gotta get together.
Come together. Mesh it.
You okay?
I'm fine.
That sounded like that hurt.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
All right. Well, going into map 3. This is BonkyBois' last opportunity to win this. They gotta make this map, and we're doing it on Nepal. Oh, the Lucio bonks will be so good. So going into Nepal for this round 3, we will see what BonkyBois can do. I'm hoping they can carry it out. I want this match to go into 5.
Yeah.
Because again,
cool.
they're, like I said, BonkyBois independently are doing good work. They are making the plays they need to. It just feels like they're not communicating.
They're not communicating, and what's really hampering that is Ashland is. I guarantee it. They are so well compiled. They are so...
And there's one play that shows that. There's one play that shows that. That's Symmetra Treehouse.
Yeah.
That Symmetra Treehouse was 100%.
Beautiful.
Like it was mechanical. And you can't do that.
It caught us off guard.
Yeah,
and you
we
called
were
it.
surprised.
You called it.
I literally called that exact maneuver and still was thrown off because it was a push behind. I totally thought they bailed on it. I thought they were gonna. I don't know what they're gonna try to do flanking, but they nailed and it was very well done. And so I'm again. Team Turmoil made the call that they think they were second place to OSU.
I don't know. Ashland's
looking really clean right now.
Darn good.
All right, but going into map 3 in Nepal, I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, just still loading up right now. I am curious here. We were kind of curious ourselves when we started this out. We thought, the biggies for today were going to be BonkyBois, Turmoil, OSU, and Ashland. Really, the big ones being OSU and Ashland. I mean, they're universities. They got that funding. They got that education.
If you got to see their character cards, Ashland's all wearing the same shirt.
They're professionals. And,
Yeah.
But like you've been saying, BonkyBois, Turmoil, both. We can see the glimmer of hope. And more than a glimmer of hope, we can see where their potential is. I do wonder, though, is that potential just going to be outshined by the cool, calm collectedness of these professional university teams?
I mean, here's the thing. I'm not sure. Again, I know we're going to cover the final tournament. I know we're going to get to our final 4 and then our final 2. But in all honesty, I want to see the 2 going for last place.
Yeah.
Because I'm
the underdog always wins.
I want to see the weirdness. And in all honesty, I think that's the thing that OSU's not. Like, I don't think that they were ready for that. Again, I keep going back to it, but I don't think they were ready on Horizon when they decided we're not going to go the path that we normally are, and we're not going to go to the left.
How weird would it be if we saw almost the exact same kind of situation in this game where Ashland does something that's like relatively textbook, and it's like in their plan. It's like, okay, we're going to run play C8, and they do it, and it just gets demolished by kind of spur-of-the-moment action by BonkyBois.
But here's the thing, and this is the thing that I saw out of Ashland in this last game specifically that I didn't see out of, or actually in the Kings Row match that I didn't see out of OSU. I saw them the ability to on-the-fly adapt. And that's
true.
a really big.
That's true.
I mean, again, they were pushed off point. any other team at that point totally could have pulled
How
back.
did Bruce Lee say it? You must flow like water.
Oh, do not do that accent. That's how
It's bad.
Yeah,
It's bad. It's real bad.
It's real bad.
It's real bad.
It's real bad.
It's real bad.
But
flow like water. They did though.
They did.
Yeah.
And again, any other team could have said, we're going to give them that first point. We're going to hold them at that choke. We're going to regroup. But Ashland said, no, thank you. We're going to drop the bomb. I'm going to meditate and float here for a minute. Side note, this is completely off topic, but can I say something?
No.
The other day I was playing a game, and in Overwatch you can crouch, right?
Okay.
It's a whole
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah.
And it dawned on me, I was playing Zen. I'm a healer main because I don't like myself.
Wait. How does Zen?
Exactly. That was my point. I said, when Zen crouches, and I brought this up to the guys I was playing with, and I said, hey, when Zen crouches, what happens? Does he just lower in air? And so we pulled it up, and we got into the, I think we were in Hollywood, and we were waiting for the round to start. And I just dropped. And literally everyone on my team starts cracking up laughing because something about the idea that Zen just drops in altitude instead of actually crouching made them laugh a lot. And someone had compared it to, it kind of looks like a lowrider. Like it kind of just drops.
Oh, that's
place.
cool.
Yeah. But anyway.
See, I was excited you were going to tell me that he would just drop to the ground and just sit on the ground.
Yeah.
And just kind of scoot.
No, he's just kind of like with his legs.
Yeah, like a toddler, just.
Yeah, just learning how to swim. But again, Ashland's ability to adapt is just so interesting. We're really going to see. I mean, here's the thing. Nepal's a hard map. Ashland University, once you get clustered into that little space, there's not a lot you can do. Your defense is completely covered from 2 points, and it's really easy to flank that. So I'll be interested to see if BonkyBois can do that.
Kevy Pops.
Kevy Pops. Look at that smile,
Dude,
Kevy Pops.
I'm so glad that you play the big pig. You make me happy. You make me so happy.
Is he? No.
Oh, we got
he's
the
still got
ice
the big pig.
demon.
We got double May on both this. This is a strong map for May. The ability to lock out is really important here. Kieran switching to a Moira, which is interesting. I will say it's a good map for Moira. I enjoy Moira on this map, but I haven't seen a ton of pro play Moira on this map, especially when you consider there's only 2 healers. 2-2-2 across the board.
This promises to be interesting.
Lucio, they're doing that Lucio speed boost, trying to get them on point early. BonkyBois taking that side route.
I'm ready to see many a good boop.
But again, Ashland's just so uniform. Weird ice wall. I'm not quite sure what Zeldy was trying to do with that ice wall. I assume trying to block up, but again, this is where it turns into a scrum. This is where it stops being like a dedicated, very interested strategic fight. No, it's just people knocking heads.
Yeah.
And that's what it seems to be. And in all honesty, Ashland University is just coming out on top. Kevin Pop wrapping around to try and get that flank on a couple people.
I think that was a bit of a mistake for Bonkers to hop around that wall and try to solo.
Yeah, it looks like it's and there it is. I mean, all they got left is Phoenix trying to stay alive, but nope, there it is. Modern out of tank, or out of mech, trying to Baby D. Ooh, Baby D just got shot in the face by Lucio. May coming in again. Zeldy with these weird walls and isolating himself, getting trapped behind the wall and getting knocked down. I don't know what Zeldy was doing. I mean, the entire team was behind enemy lines and dropped, and honestly, that push...
I know what he's trying.
Yeah?
He's trying his best.
It's adorable.
I mean, by contrast, Josh Skis doing wonderful with these walls.
Yes, really good placement, separating the teams. There goes the Graviton Surge. T dropping in, doing that uppercut to try and clear it out. But the nano boost on Bonky.
Yeah, what is this wall? Zeldy, what was that wall supposed to do?
Patrick, go find Zeldy.
Please.
Ask what the point of this was.
When we get to a break.
Yeah, when we get to a break.
Don't interrupt him midstream. It's like, what are you doing?
But yeah, I mean, and here's the difference, right? We're seeing really strong May play out of Zeldy, out of Josh Key, and just really weak play out of Zeldy. Again,
a weird ice wall, and then doubled up by Joshki with a much better ice wall.
And all he really did in that moment was separate Joshki from the Kevin Pop. Like, all he did was take the 1 DPS that he could have, the 1 damage he could have dropped on Zeldy or on Joshki.
Oh, good hook, though.
Good hook, but unfortunately not enough when you've got 3 players just surrounding you.
It was a
Joski getting
valiant effort.
really aggressive on that. Oh,
Beautiful.
at this point, it's just
5%.
trolling. At this point, it's just trolling. They're down to 98%. Zeldy,
what are you doing?
Team. I don't know if Zeldy knows which side he's on.
Oh, for real though, Patrick, we gotta get an interview with Zeldy
after
about
this,
that.
let's talk to Zeldy, see what he was thinking.
Why?
GG.
I mean, I don't think it was gonna matter, but why?
I will say, props to Ashland University. All of them gave him a good round.
Yeah, very good round.
I mean, that's very generous. Zeldy, I think, can hear us. Zeldy switching to a Zenyatta, trying for that 2 heal. I will say the Pharah on this map, a lot better, but here's the thing with Nepal. There's a lot of roof cover. There's a lot of overhead cover. This isn't Route 66 where it's open space. I don't know that the Pharah is necessarily going to do a ton on it, but I'm interested to see what Bonkers can do.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of harass he can give and how effective he's going to be in actually dealing really good damage.
And in all honesty, I made fun of T early on when I first saw the Doomfist. Doomfist is a
he's doing good.
But he's doing great.
Doing great.
And part of it is that team is really supporting for that Doomfist. That dive comp is really going strong, and I'll be interested to see if Ashland goes up against OSU, if that same comp is going to go. Although, I'm not calling the game yet. Bonker still has a chance. Bonker has an opportunity. That being said...
Anna putting in good work.
But Quit is out of mech. Baby Diva super getting pinpointed down. Green's discorded and trying to keep the fire on. Look... it's at this point kind of just a mashup. I don't know necessarily that this is a strong cap for any other side of the team. BonkyBois obviously having the point, but it's taking a lot of effort just to hold it. And there it goes with Modern getting taken out and Ashland taking the point.
Josh Ski about to get his sword up. Kieran already has his, well, not his sword, I guess, but still sword if it's cutting people, right? That's how it works, right?
Yeah, that's anything that cuts is a sword.
Right. Best color
Kevin Pop
commentary.
getting the hook. Ooh, big boop!
Oh,
With a double fist! Oh, and that, look, the barrage is nice, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm very happy that Quit was able to negate it, but let's not ignore what T just did. T just got the setup and just spiked that pig into the pit.
Yes, beautiful. And then, we kind of missed it in the moment, but then Farah just getting, well...
Negated.
Yes.
Negated
we'll
is the
say it
nice
nicely.
way of saying it. But again, that's the strength of Diva. And again, you gotta wonder, man, we've seen it a couple times, these teams that don't run Diva. Diva's so versatile. And there, speaking of versatile, there's the Diva self-destruct. Isn't managed to land any really destruction, but is
it's
able to
zoned
point a couple
everybody out.
That's right.
Very good control by Ashland. They
Bonk
are
is pushing on point. They're just not getting the hits that they need. Going hog wild, they're pushing everybody back, but there goes the sound barrier, and the sound barrier is keeping everyone alive. And again, another clear, switching to Reaper from BonkyBois. He's not able to get enough damage out. The Pharah just trying to keep some damage on point, but it's not enough.
You know, here's something I'd like to see with Kevy Pops and a few of the others on BonkyBois that I've seen when they've used their alts, is they really need to focus with their alts on individuals. They need to not spread their damage out and just switch from target to target to target to target, because you're not actually doing much effectiveness at that point.
And I understand, and speaking to that old modern,
again, good clear here.
Modern
good
Tension
advantage.
did a good job of clearing that point because it gave them the opportunity to get to this. The hard thing about this point is there's a lot of open space you have to run through to get to the point. So I will say that was a good self-destruct, and there it goes. Just to prove it, there's the capture. BonkyBois are able to hold it. It's 99%. They got to hold out, but the Ashland University is regrouping, restructuring, and figuring out their counter. I think they already know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think
they have
already
1%. They have to capture, and that's it.
They've got their plan laid up. I think they're just trying to wait out. They've almost got Quit Badgering with that ult. I can't imagine, they're gonna wait too much longer. And there it goes. There's the beginning of that push. A good drop of a shield by Green just in the gate, and there it goes the self-destruct. But the Zenyatta from Zeldy holding that point of Transcendence, and he's able to negate, at least hold on to that point for a few more seconds, trying to outlive it. And there it is. Modern Tension on point, taking the fires on T, but they can't keep it on point. He's holding it. All he needs to do is keep that percentages going and keep them delaying that point from being captured. It's just that. It's a game of attrition at this point, and they're trying their best, but there it goes into overtime. Ashland University captures that point.
Wonderfully, wonderfully made. Made? Put together.
Yeah,
Put
sure.
together. Executed plan.
Yeah.
Yes, I know how to use words.
And Green again is a Reinhardt.
I think, we missed an opportunity for a really good pun there.
Yeah.
That was the green tea combo that they were setting up.
That is nice.
Yeah.
That was.
Do you think that was planned? Do you think they were like, green tea, green tea? No?
I like to pretend they do. With that being said, great Earth Shatter on behalf of Green. Great cleanup on behalf of his team. And again, it just speaks to communication being the real key of this. It feels like there's never a single combo going. There's never a single ult dropping. It's always a combo. It's always the 1-2.
Well, and even if the ults aren't going 1-2, just that's how they're cooperating.
Yeah.
One person jumps in, there's another very close by. Doomfist, he was putting in work. That was T, wasn't it?
I still can't get over T. I still can't get over spiking the pig.
Oh,
that was so good. So with that was our third match here in this round. We've got one more, but in all honesty, it's just for fun. As Team Ashland has come away with the victory on this round, and a well-deserved one. In all honesty, they put in a lot of good work, and you can see the communication. Mm-hmm. You can see the time and effort that this team has taken into.
Well, you can't see the communication. You can see the efforts of it.
You can see the communication when Symmetra sets up that treehouse so well timed. Because here's the other thing you got to remember about that treehouse: the second that turret goes, that teleporter goes down, it's a target.
Yeah.
Because it is a big risk.
Speaking of target, they never targeted those portals. They stayed up for a long time.
And they held up. And then the second they went down, you had Green or T back in, dropping it back up. And it was a very interesting choice. They knew what was happening, Team Boshi or Bonkers, but I feel like BonkyBois were just
overwhelmed. I don't think they knew how to respond.
And it was a panic. It was a panic move because, I mean, it wasn't a flank. It wasn't a flank. They were only coming
full on.
Not a full on, but it just threw them enough to have that higher ground.
Yeah, it was a very like that strong poke into that 3D space. We were caught off guard, but I think you're very right.
Although I will say we got louder when the pig got spiked. We got louder when Kevin Pop just got driven into the ground.
I think it's more because we were just excited to see the pig in the game, and then to just have that immediately tarnished by getting him thrown off a cliff.
All right, this game coming into round 4, Team Ashland up 3 wins to BonkyBois 0. Let's see if BonkyBois can capture something out of this.
Come on, boys!
Road 66 is a fun map. There it is, the robo that everybody loves.
The big shoot bang robo.
The big shoot bang robo, aka Bastion. I'm sorry, I was reading their chat. It's always entertaining to read what the boys what they have to say.
Oh yeah.
But there it is. Looks like BonkyBois going with that Bastion. They're going the double shield pocket. 3 healers, 2 tanks, and a Bastion. I can see the writing on the wall now. They're pirate chipping. There's no way they're not doing that.
Arrgh,
and
matey.
Joshki is ready for it with that Ash just to give that long-term shot. They're waiting around the corner, giving the opportunity. There he is, up on point, pocketed, and they're off to the races.
Let's be real. They've got the pirate set up, but Ash looks more like a pirate, so I'm giving it to Ashland.
I mean, here's my counter. Ready?
Yeah.
T has been doing great work, and Junkrat is a very good shield buster and counter to this build. So I'll be interested to see if T is able to stop the wave of destruction that is that Bastion.
Bastion's moving
jumping
out.
off of the point, moving to wrap around and setting up. He's only got the Mercy to support, but it doesn't matter. Both tanks on the point holding in. And there goes
melted.
Green jumping in, just trying to... Good charge from Bonkerhead as Green gets a counter charge and pins.
Wow.
Man, you know...
Were they waiting for that?
I don't know. The thing that it confuses me is BonkyBois their structure broke down. They were on the point. They had the pirate ship. And granted, I will say, that is a tough point for the pirate ship because we saw what happened. Both tanks jumped down from up above onto the actual point. But that being said, it felt weird that BonkyBois pulled off the Bastion.
I think what they were wanting to do was to have Bastion pull up the side there and then have the shields move up after he right as he got set.
BonkyBois switching to Widowmaker for that long-range damage, doing those jump kills. But again, Ashland just able to keep them off point. And honestly, I'm really surprised how far out BonkyBois is, considering that the rest of his team back, and that distance got Modern Tenchi killed. That distance was open enough that their Mercy could get dropped, and in all honesty, all they're doing now is just delaying. They gotta wait for that Mercy to get back up so that they can get that res ability. That res ability is too powerful. They're moving on to the point just to try and get a little forward motion, but again, Ashland posts up on top, and the high ground of this is so important. Kevin Pops opening fire on green, but again, it's not enough. They're not shredding through the shield. The Earth Shatter able to drop green. Bonky, Hello, was able to drop green Reinhardt with that Earth Shatter. And I will say, you know, BonkyBois is making a good attempt. Super just staying alive for too long. Quit begging, or badgering is on point. Zarya holding out as long as he can. There goes the Riptire, though, cleaning up the back lines. Bonky's still on point with Ryan. That was a very good, clean drop from T.
And look at Green Tea, the combo again, flanking that Ryan.
Green Tea is good for
I love it.
It's so good. So good.
If they don't know that works so well, we need to tell them.
The only thing I want is like Josh Key to change his name to Food, so it can be Green Tea Superfood.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That would be great. All right, Team Bunky moving back in, switching it up. Zeldy onto Winston to try and dive onto that point and get as much cover as he can, but he's discarded. I'm sorry, he's anti-healed. There goes the Graviton Surge.
Look at BonkyBois'
cleaning.
health. See, this is what I want to point out before. BonkyBois keeps pushing all by himself. Now, given he's playing snipers, he's playing high DPS, but he's pushing out by himself even when his team is dead and having to respawn.
But here's the thing. He's only got the 200 health, and that Mercy can't keep him alive for the damage.
And we already saw that just gets your heals killed.
I wonder if they're just relying, like, if he just... I don't know. Like I said, I want to be part of that chat. I want to be in their headphones and know what exactly they're saying to each other, because it feels like overcommitting. It feels like they're really overcommitting to everything, that they're going all in. They're organizing these initial pushes. And as we can see right now, there it is. There's the Supercharger. It's a good initial push, but I wonder if they're not pulling back. They're letting themselves die, and whenever you die, you're not generating ult, and that's what they need. BonkyBois is still at 73%. A good Dragon Strike could clean up right now, but they're not able to do it with Zeldy on point as Winston trying to just stall that overtime as long as he can. And there it goes. There's the Dragon Strike to try and push him off point. Zeldy holding on.
I think it's too little, too late.
Too little, too late. Oh, until he goes Primal Rage just to hold that point even longer. It is a stall tactic. BonkyBois jumping on point. Super squishy. I don't know that Hanzo can really survive a number of hammers from Reinhardt, but we are definitely going to see him try. And I will say, you know, as much as we were giving him, BonkyBois have been able to hold this overtime for a long time. They have been keeping on this point, and it is a good SoundCloud coming out from, sound barrier coming out from Super to try and make that push up, and a counter sound barrier coming out from Phoenix. And there's the Graviton Surge, but it's not enough. There it is. That's it.
Ashland University was just holding that economy. It looked like they were getting rebuffed there for a sec, but they just held the economy, and they never lost the advantage.
There were moments where they'd get pushed off point, but they always regrouped immediately as quickly as possible. They went back to their point, and again, positioning is so important in this game. They never left that rooftop until they absolutely had to. And the second they did, they were all open game. There is no
And they absolutely punished every little minutia of, like, incorrect movement.
If BonkyBois want to win this, they got to pull back. They got to
take it slow.
And
they could have had that last push there if they'd just taken a little bit slow, waited for their ult.
I also wonder about the choice of switching off Bastion. Like, I know the pirate ship is, like, very cheese and it's very, goof meta, but I gotta wonder about jumping off of it. Super's doing such a good job of keeping the team alive, but that Bastion can shred through so much. Team BonkyBois going into this, the final round.
Yes, chat. Green tea. Pondering.
All right, come on. Really?
Pondering.
Let's not make that a thing.
It's a
already
thing.
It's already a thing. I will say a thing that I appreciate this so much more, like these smaller tournaments, so much more so than like your larger, your Overwatch League or your World League, is the skins that we're able to see. It's a dumb thing, but I really do appreciate that we have a pirate on the field along with like Black Hammer or Black Fist from World of Warcraft.
Well, I mean, that's a nice little detail, though.
It is. You know, it adds flavor to the game, and the game.
Variety.
All right. Team Ashland on point, holding a good job, able to take out Zeldy's turret. BonkyBois are all set up, and again, the treehouse is set up on point. They've got that Orisa. They've switched out. No double tank for Team BonkyBois. Just noticed that. That is a bold strategy. You know, setting up that one shield, especially when we talk about Orisa, those shields don't last long, and especially the mobility of it. That turret can delay, but there goes Green onto point to try and separate that turret and is able to land it. Kevin Pop's trying to hold as long as he can, but he gets pushed through by Super. Lucio taking out an Orisa. That's the thing you don't expect to see. Zeldy on point, but got slept by Kira, and there it is. You know, it's a solid clean. I don't know that BonkyBois have time to recompensate. Like,
no, I mean, there was no sustain on that rooftop. As soon as they got pushed into, there was nothing they could do.
That's, you know, it's rough. That is a tough point to make, and in all honesty, like, I don't know that they have the ability to come back from it at this point. Like, there it is. That's the point.
Yeah. They
could not land that hold, and I don't know. Again, maybe it was a choice. Maybe the one tank was a choice, but in this moment, you know, they've been rocking this 2-2-2 really well, so it's interesting. Play of the game coming from Joshki.
Joshki's been on it.
Joshki's been doing great, and you know the versatility of it. You know, so often you see these players who only rock their, you know, the Widowmakers or your Hanzos. They're not really able to play too much variety, but Joshki's been able to play Mei steadily and able to play Genji steadily and able to put out damage across the board, Ashe steadily. So, you know, it really does speak to the quality of your players and the ability of your flex. And again, this is the thing that people forget. Flex is so important in this game. The ability to change the characters is key to any good comp, and knowing what's working and what's not. That being said, I still think the BonkyBois made the wrong choice switching off that Bastion. I gotta wonder. Yeah. I get it. It's hard to get him back on that point. Once he dies, it's hard to get him to that point. But pulling off the point to begin with, opening yourself up for an attack, I get it. Mercy can pocket, but Mercy's not God. She's not going to keep you alive that long. I wonder
Mira, yes, press F to pay respects to the pirate ship.
Yes. All right, so with that, we're going to take about a 15-minute break. We'll be back with you for more Overwatch here from Game Arena in Hilliard, Ohio.
Oh my gosh, we still get more breaks.